Hello, everyone, and welcome again to GSMCT. So today we will be doing the review of The Last of Us. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be totally honest and brutal about my review about this particular episode before we go into watching the scene. Now I'm gonna say this: the fact that what happened, and we saw Bill. The time Bill was alone, and after the town was empty and he was building this trap. I'm gonna say one of my disappointments was not having enough infected people that attempted to enter that place, or not having enough people coming around to try to steal something from Bill, because let's be sincere. Bill was living in a very fortunate place where he had everything he wanted, and that would attract either infected people or robbers. Now, with that being said, the fact that they made this episode a gay paradise. Let's not forget, they didn't have to fight a lot though. Only one time we saw Bill fight was the time some people came to, steal. And that was the only time we saw conflict in that particular environment. So it was more like a gay paradise. Oh, if we had a pandemic or something like this, it would become a gay paradise. Look how calm and loving they are. They don't even have all of this. Trying to bring into this scene like, oh yeah, every other relationship is going to hell, but this particular one is, fantastic, even in a catastrophic time like this. That was one thing that I didn't like about this episode. I have nothing against anybody, but I'm just gonna say this. It was kind of giving visual signaling, and that is just my take on it. And I'm going to be very brutal. The fact that also they made it into this, oh, they got old and Bill started taking care of Frank. And, instead of any other thing, they gave us, Frank wanting to build a boutique. I'm like, there are people dying outside, right? And they're planting strawberries and they're eating strawberries, and and they want you to have this kind of, feel sorry for them. Like, I'm not gonna feel sorry for these particular characters, because first of all, they have a fortress for themselves, and second of all, people are out there dying, and third of all, they just romanticize this whole thing. And let's not forget, in the original, Frank gets infected, he leaves, Bill stays alone. Let's not forget. And the fact that they changed all of that instead of giving us all that action. And let's not forget that Joel's actually got into one of Bill's trap, which Ellie tried to help him. You know, we didn't get none of those scenes from what I heard, because I went back to check. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm gonna say this. This is one of my very first time. I think the first time the series came out was the time that I actually started doing some uh checking. I start checking on what the story was from the game and all of that. Now, we didn't get that. I was expecting to see that. Instead, we got a romanticized version of the whole series, and a lot of things changed. So Joel didn't get into Bill's trap. No, we didn't get that scene, and Ellie didn't try to help him out. Also, Frank didn't leave. He didn't get infected, and I'm like, why change it to romanticize the whole thing? Oh, you see Bill being alone, finding Frank. They had this great relationship, and Frank, fixing up the boutique and fixing up the furniture store, and you know and that's the only fight. They romanticized the relationship so much that they made it like they didn't have actual something to fight about. It was just, oh, we are always in kumbaya. The only time they got to fight was when he wants to fix up the boutique. Like, really? Like, if you would live with somebody, I'm quite sure you would have more argument for a long time. That wouldn't mean that you are not in love or you are not together. But the fact that they just romanticize it, oh, I want more colors. I'm like, this is not giving me what it's supposed to give me. And the fact that I had to do a research on this particular episode and notice that a lot of things changed, especially the very main parts actually changed. It's not giving. And the fact that they had their last meal, and and they died together. I'm like, Frank is supposed to leave because he got infected. Frank leaves and get infected. He was infected, and Bill stays alone. And they said also that the place became a death trap. I didn't see any death trap. So they said when Frank left, Bill got into his feelings. He literally turned the whole place into a death trap. We didn't get to see that obsession. We didn't get to see none of those. So yes, this particular episode, I'm not so happy about it. It's absolutely terrible, and for the fact that knowing that it was supposed to be another way more interesting, and they had to, visual signal. I don't know what they were expecting people to feel in this particular episode. No, I did not feel any kind of way. I'm like, I read that it's supposed to be this way, so why is it this way? And that was just it. Now, with that being said, let's just get into let me just show you guys some of the clips of what happened in, in this episode.
Nobody made you or Tess take me. You needed a truck battery or whatever, and you made a choice. So don't blame me for something that isn't my fault.
Clever girl.
Hang back a minute, I gotta grab some stuff I stashed. If we find ourselves short on gear, which I currently am, because...
No way!
Where is he going? I mean, it is so dangerous to go in there alone. What's that? Oh my God. Okay. What is she doing? Ooh, what is that? Wow, okay, that
Ellie.
was ruthless.
Picked over my ass. Holy shit. You're flying one of those?
A few times, sure.
So lucky.
Didn't feel like it at the time.
How did it even start?
Well, no one knows for sure, but best guess, cordyceps mutated. You eat enough of it, it'll get you infected. People bought it.
Makes more sense than monkeys.
About a week after Outbreak Day, soldiers evacuated the small towns. Told you were going to a QZ, and you were, if there was room. If there wasn't...
These people weren't sick?
No, probably not.
That is terrible. Imagine they told you they're taking you somewhere because there's no space, they just kill you off. Like, why? And this is the only action you're gonna get from this episode. Like, really.
I'm not infected.
Are you armed?
No,
Why did you take that long to answer?
I thought about lying for some reason, but the reason didn't come.
Boston is that way. You can make it by nightfall.
I'm really hungry.
I left some clothes here for you.
What?
Clothes!
Thank you.
Everything tastes good when you're starving.
Yeah, but not like this.
Have you ever done this before? Not with anyone? I want you to know that I'm not a whore. I don't have sex for lunches. So if I do this, I'm gonna stay for a few more days.
come on! Hey, would you stop?
Do I ask for things? Ever? Why am I even saying that? This isn't for me. This is for us.
Who cares what they look like?
I do. I am asking for some paint and some gasoline for the lawnmower. That's all. I'll do everything else myself.
It is not
Bill,
a ma-
if you say resource management, so help me, I will run through one of your tripwires. And I'm fixing up some of the shops and the clothing boutique.
The boutique.
We are going to have friends.
Well, can I just say, gun aside, which I get, by the way, how nice this is to have a civilized meal in such a beautiful place. It's been so long.
We are working together.
I don't need you or your friend complicating our lives.
That fence has got a year on it, tops. I can get you 10 spools of high tensile aluminum. Last you the rest of your life. Fedra's never gonna come up here. And you're well protected against stray infected. But sooner or later, there'll be raiders. And they'll beat that fence and your tripwires.
We'll be fine.
I can't.
Just one more loop, we're out.
So yes, people, that's all we're gonna get in this episode. We got raiders one time, and an infected person, one infected person, and then Strawberry and
I was never afraid before you showed up.
Bill! Get inside! Hold on to me! I gotcha. I gotcha.
Right here. Leave the gas on.
I'm right.
Leave the gas on.
Right here.
The fence will kill the rest of them.
Okay.
Big Roundy. What if we find a doctor?
There wasn't anything to cure this before the world fell apart. I've made up my mind. I've had more good days with you than with anyone else.
To whomever, but probably Joel. I figured I fell under whomever. Came with this.
So they're dead?
Take anything you need. The bunker code is the same as the gate code, but in reverse. I used to hate the world, and I was happy when everyone died. But I was wrong, because there was one person worth saving. I leave you all of my weapons and equipment. Use them to keep...
I have a brother out in Wyoming. He's in some kind of trouble, and I'm heading out there to find him. He used to be a firefly. Maybe they can get you to wherever this lab is.
All right?
Seatbelt. Seatbelt.
So with that being said, I'm gonna say this. Please let me know what you think about this particular, episode, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.